Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Look, if you are a high school student right now and you're stressing over entrance exams, I totally get it. You're probably worrying about your study methods and feeling, honestly, completely overwhelmed by the sheer mountain of English vocabulary you need to memorize. Well, take a deep breath. You are in exactly the right place today. I know the pressure you're under. Staring at endless lists of words can feel incredibly isolating and frustrating. But today, I'm going to be your guide to mastering English vocabulary without all that usual anxiety. We're going to look at the exact daily routines of students whose grades dramatically improve, and we're going to completely transform how you study step by step.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to imagine it's April. It's the very first day of the new school year. You walk into your brand new homeroom, look around the room, and you see 35 totally new classmates. Here is my question to you. Can you memorize all 35 of their faces and names in a single day? I mean, no way, right? It is practically impossible. You can't just silently stare at them, clench your fist, think, I must remember them, and magically have them all memorized by the time the bell rings. You learn their names naturally, over time, by talking to them, ending up in the same project groups, or finding out what clubs they're in.
And you know, that incredibly relatable fact brings us to the absolute biggest relief you need to hear today. Forgetting is completely normal. Seriously, I talk to so many high schoolers who look at a vocabulary word once, forget it the next day, and instantly think, I'm a failure. I'm just bad at English. No, you are not. Please never blame yourself for this. Human memory naturally works this way. It's literally designed by biology to forget information that isn't repeated. The secret isn't having some photographic memory. The secret is understanding how to encounter these words again and again, but without stressing yourself out.
Let's actually map our classmate analogy directly to your studying. Think back to those new kids in your homeroom. At first, you just know their last name. Oh, that's Suzuki. That's Sato. Well, that is exactly what using a vocabulary word book is like. It's merely an introduction. It's basically just a name tag. But true familiarity, that comes from interacting with them. It's finding out if they're outgoing or quiet, what sports they play, and who their friends are. For English words, that deeper personality, the nuance, the situations they're used in, the other words they pair up with, you find all of that in your textbooks and reading passages. A word book alone will just leave you at, I think I've seen that face before. So how do we actually build that deep familiarity without burning out? Let's move into our highly actionable daily strategy, the routine that separates students who struggle from the students who see their exam scores absolutely soar.
Section 1. The Daily High-Frequency Routine.
The immense power of vocabulary learning comes down to a really specific formula: short time multiplied by high frequency. You absolutely do not need to sit at your desk in your bedroom for 2 grueling hours just staring at a word book. Actually, scratch that, you really shouldn't. Instead, utilize specific gap times. 5 minutes on the train during your commute, that awkward time spent just waiting for the bus, the 5 minutes right before homeroom starts. If you use these tiny, seemingly insignificant pockets of time every single day, the compounding effect is unbelievable. It's all about daily low-stress contact.
And when you do crack open that word book during your morning commute, here's the exact step-by-step sequence you should follow. Now, steps 1 and 2 are what pretty much everyone does, looking at the English word and verifying you can recall the Japanese meaning. That's great for reading. But if you want to completely crush your entrance exams, you have got to do steps 3 and 4. You look at the Japanese meaning and verify that the English word immediately pops into your mind. Checking this reverse recall is the absolute ultimate secret to unlocking your active speaking and writing skills. Definitely don't skip it.
Section 2. The Power of Sound.
So here is a crucial mindset shift for you. If you're just silently staring at the letters on a page, you are working way too hard for way too little reward. We need to activate a totally different part of your brain by learning words phonetically. I absolutely love this quote, and it's a rule you should adopt today. Don't just stare at the word listen, actually hear listen in your head. Visually recognizing a word just isn't enough. The ideal state for your brain is that the very second your eyes scan the letters, the correct pronunciation instantly pops into your mind like a reflex. You shouldn't just be reading, you should be internally hearing.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why that phonetic approach is such a game changer. By tying the word to its sound, you aren't just memorizing vocabulary in a vacuum. You're being incredibly efficient. You're simultaneously boosting your listening skills because your ear already knows what to expect. You're improving your speaking fluency. And you're making your reading aloud far more efficient. It's basically hitting 3 birds with 1 stone, all while just doing your normal vocabulary prep.
To maximize that efficiency even further, we need to stop looking at words as isolated islands. Take phrases like take care of, be interested in, or look forward to. Learning words in chunks or short phrases is a wildly efficient strategy. Why? Because it provides immediate mini-context. Instead of memorizing a word and then separately trying to memorize all the grammar rules that go with it, you absorb the whole shebang, the vocabulary, the grammar, and the natural native expression, all at the exact same time. You learn how the word actually behaves out in the wild.
Section 3. Upgrading words, reuniting in the textbook. This is the final and honestly most crucial step of the process. Remember our classmate analogy from earlier? The word book is just getting their name, but the textbook is where you actually hang out with them. It's where you truly master a word, much like becoming close, trusted friends with that new classmate. So, I want to guide you through this specific post-class routine. After your English class, open up that textbook passage. Review it. Check the text for those vocabulary words you've been practicing in your gap times. And then, this is the absolute key part. Read the passage aloud, repeatedly. Re-encountering the word in a full meaningful sentence upgrades it. It chemically changes it in your brain from, oh, a word I've seen once in a book, to a word I deeply understand and can actually use on my exam.
So, to all the focused learners and hardworking high schoolers out there watching this explainer, let go of the anxiety. You are doing great. Remember that forgetting is just a completely normal step on the path to remembering. Use your gap times, hear the sounds in your head, practice that Japanese to English recall, and treat your textbooks like a place to visit old friends. I'll leave you with this empowering question to think about tonight. Which word will you reunite with tomorrow? Go open that textbook, find out, and I will see you next time.